So it was about a month ago I found out that my channel was actually going to become a year old very, very soon. And I actually wanted this video to actually go out on its first year birthday, which would have been the 4th of August. Recording it right now is the 5th of August, and I completely messed up on that one. So I wanted to do a little, basically, year in review sort of thing. So I'm going to take you through the videos of what I deem like the most noteworthy sort of ones. The channel did actually start officially, it was way over a year ago. I only started to do like little gameplay videos until I actually had the balls to actually make my first vlog, which is that one there. So the first video that I actually did for the channel was apparently on the 10th of January. It was when I first got this computer, which is a beast, and I decided to start doing like little gameplay videos, and apparently my first one was a little World of Warcraft one, which was posted on the 10th of January. But we're not going to go there. I'm officially declaring that this channel was born when I first made this first vlog, as all the rest was just like, I tried to start a little game review sort of thing. The one that I liked the most was a little review I did on Max Payne 3, but I mustn't have uploaded it to this channel. I must have uploaded it to my portfolio channel, but it doesn't matter. I started to do live streams. At that point, what was I playing? Oh, Hitman. It was just, I did like a 2-hour stream of Hitman and then WWE 2K16. So I'm officially declaring that this channel's birthday was on the 4th of August 2016, which is when this one was uploaded. So basically what happened was, it must have been that day actually, that was when I handed in my notice to my previous job. You'll see that the background is a bit of a scruffy thing, that this is actually my parents' house at the time being, and they had a flood and it completely destroyed the first floor of the house, which is why the wallpaper's so like knackered basically. And I say it's a job that I wanted to do, but oh my god, it was god awful. So this company I accepted the job onto, I won't say its name because I was not a fan of the job. It turned out to be dreadful. So that was the very first vlog that I wanted to do. So I started to try and do like more of a daily. Well, I tried to do daily. Daily didn't happen. My life wasn't that interesting. So then I went on to flat hunting. Then remember the house that I really wanted. I had a phone call that following morning, and they already let the house out. I was proper gutted. I love using Comic Sans just because it's the worst font in the world. Oh, was that the house?
In about 20-30 years.
I think that was the flat that had a load of blood. Yeah, it was this one. The estate agent opened up the fridge for me, and
She was very, very nice. The agent that was showing me around, she opened up the fridge, and there was fucking blood. There was blood all over the bottom of the fridge. That was...
I didn't take a picture of it. I should have for a laugh. It was foul. That was like a complete turn off straight away. What the hell did the previous tenant do in that flat? It's absolutely rank. Oh, and those two properties, they were just like, for the money of what they were asking for, which is practically what I'm paying for this place now, but it was like, they didn't look after it. It was disgusting. So that was my second ever vlog. And then one which actually started to, in my opinion, kind of went viral with 1,130 views. Did a Pokemon Go myth busting. So basically what was meant to happen is you stick your phone onto the turntable. As the turntable goes round, the app gets confused, thinks that you've walked a hell of a lot more than what you actually have. But I gave it a go, and of course it didn't work. But then I remember someone in the comments going, "Mate, I do this and it works. You need to place a record. You need to place a record to the phone." Has a bigger... Okay. You need to put a record onto the turntable, then put your phone on the edge of it, so it's got a bigger radius. I never thought about it. I didn't really care. Then Pokemon Go hunting. This was when I was trying to jump on the trend a little bit. I took little Poozy for a walk. Which we'll get to that in a bit. It was the most nerve-wracking day of my life. It wasn't even my wedding. I'll come to it in a bit.
The thing is that she'll never actually give it to me.
She's such a selfish little doggy.
Strange little.
This is the Max Payne 3 review that I did. This was when I was job searching. And a really cool job came up as a video editor for a games company. Can't remember who it was. And they required you to show them edited reviews of games of what you've done in the past, and so I just knocked this up together in a couple of hours. I really enjoyed making this. It was good fun. I filmed and recorded everything. I filmed everything, edited everything myself. Obviously voiceover too. That was good fun. Wrote it and everything. Right. So then after that, she did a couple more streams, 10 subs, Q&A. Always looking back on this, I always laugh because it was actually the chair, because there was no carpet because of the flood, obviously. There was no carpet on the floor still, and so when you sat down on this little sofa, it made it sound like a fart. I couldn't believe it. 10 subs. I'm on 32 now. Within a year. It's mental. I need to do another one of these. So then the day came for me to actually move to Derby, and I was so excited. So basically at this point I didn't have a house to stay in, so I stayed at Passion Holly's for about 3 weeks or so, until I finally found the house that I'm in at the moment. Then I moved in, then I brought a lot of the stuff up into the house, which made it a lot easier.
There you go. Letter without me.
Still got that letter up there.
Josh and Kelly got Credit UK, that's awesome. Save the date for the wedding of Joshua.
Still got it. Yay! He said to me, can we do like a little bar across my tits? A little sensor bar. Didn't enjoy it for long.
It's just been a standard introduction days.
It was terrible. I tried to stick with it, but it just wasn't happening. It was terrible. It was an awful job. Holly wanted me at the house. Bullying kids video. This is probably one of my favourites. So Hull came up from Norwich, and we were all going to go to we all went to my wrestling show, which was really cool. Finally Hull saw me wrestle live, so I was very happy with that. I did offer them a reserved seat, but they said no, don't worry about it. And then they got into the venue, the hall, and they were like, oh, we want a seat. I did offer you, considering he did a media production degree. And he got a 2-1 out of it. Hall got a 2-1 out of his media production degree, and he can't use a simple JVC camera. She's like, it's just over there. It's the most simplest camera you just point and shoot. He somehow made it go out of focus. We had these 3 marks in the front. They were absolutely fantastic. The one with the Nakamura, the red shirt on, he was the one that was getting into it the most. And I remember at the end of the show, those 3, I was a bit nervous of them because I accidentally smashed a glass. I accidentally smashed one of their glasses. I think they had, as far as I remember, that they had one of those finger things, those foam fingers, and I wanted to pick it up and just basically mess about with it. But one of their glasses of beer, which was like 3/4 full as far as I remember, it was in the way, and I accidentally smashed it. And I was waiting for him to go like, yeah, you owe me £3-4, whatever it is, for the beer. They were standing right by the entranceway at the end of the show, and I was like, I don't want to walk past them because I ain't got £4. Especially not to just give someone else a beer that I don't know. And the Ross Kemp chants, Jesus Christ, shut up, Pash. I took that as a compliment. I'll take a Kevin Owens compliment, or a chant as a compliment. I don't mean to be Kevin Owens at all. The whole gimmick is based on the bully, which I got from Buddy Ray, which was a TNA wrestler, Bubba Ray Dudley, which was the WWF/WWE version of the same guys, the different character. That's where I got the whole bully gimmick from. To be fair, the crowd loved it. Without like bigging myself up, but they always gave me a decent reaction, which I'm very grateful for. I loved it. He's punching his leg. This little kid in the machine racer, blue shirt in front, just wouldn't move out the way. Owens wannabe. Genuinely was. I was knackered. This little kid kept on hitting me. It was like 2 or 3 times. I was looking for my chain so I could just like jokingly threaten him. But I think the ref or someone took the chain away, which was like, don't do that. That's part of my prop. What if that was part of the match and you've just taken it away? And I didn't notice until then. I wanted to implement like one straight punch as my finisher. So I tried to get into this match kind of thing. But as you'll see, ducks.
Oh, you got knocked the fuck out.
Pash taking it like proper seriously. I really do rate the Hunters a lot. They are my favourite tag. I've wrestled them many times over the space of like 10 years or so. Actually, I think it was Jim Hunter was my first ever win. Back when I was Dan Daniels in a Birmingham promotion. The guy that's in the ring with me right now, he was the guy that I first ever beat years and years and years ago. And then it's really cool and strange at the same time to like think 10 years later, and I'm wrestling the same guys on a completely different promotion. But I do highly rate these guys, and I've recently noticed that they're actually getting up into the scene a bit more, getting more notice, getting on some more like bigger promotions, which I think at last, because they totally deserve it. They are, in my opinion, they are one of the best on the circuit. You've got all these other people which are like proper wrestling orientated. That they're all very technical, but the Hunters are more like crowd pleasers sort of people, which I prefer a hell of a lot more. I remember that. I remember that proper smack me. Well, I've taken the 619 before plenty of times, but I just remember in that one in particular, when I was lying on the floor there, I genuinely was like, oh my head, that actually proper hit me. Basically, when I left my job for the reason of why I came up to Derby in the first place, I was working from home. I was doing a fair bit of freelance work, and one day someone knocked on my door, opened the door. It was someone that just started talk to me about God, and I was like, this is a decent idea for a video.
Hello. And I went, preacher. And then I just said to him,
I knew straight away. I was like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. The next one was the Ilkeston Fair, which did fairly well as well. And then Snappy Days and the House Store. So when I was freelancing, me and Pash were talking about making our own open photo booth company, and was going to call it Snappy Days. We bought all the equipment and everything, but it was when I started doing this, I started getting a lot of freelance work coming through, filming car showrooms, which we'll get onto in a second as well. And then after that, I started full time at McCann Birmingham, which obviously took all my time, especially living in Derby. I was travelling Derby to Birmingham and back each day, and I was spending a good 3 hours in the car. When I got home, I didn't want to do anything. Obviously, I just wanted to relax because I had to go back to work tomorrow morning. And then the whole Snappy Days things just didn't work out, unfortunately. I'm still open to do it now. We've got all the equipment. There's absolutely no problem in doing it. But we've just not had the time. This is regarded as like one of my best pieces of work, weirdly. I say work, one of my best vlogs that I've done. I personally don't see it. I do and I don't, but someone, well, Adam and Amanda has basically said that this is one of the best ones that I've actually done. If you watch TGF Bro, you'll recognise the music, because I grabbed the exact same track. I loved it. It's so cool. Off the Christmas countdown videos. I tried to do like a MTV Cribs sort of random cool little shots like that. I was only using my JVC at this point as well. Well, was this my DS? No, this was my JVC. Pretty sure it was. And to be fair, it's not that bad for a little handy cam,
I've got an idea for a video later too,
which I never made.
just for the lols.
Can't remember what it was. I think it was a trolling video of some sort. I should really start my own little cooking channel. This turned out so well. It was cool little shots like this that I liked. Just making something so dull, try and make it look like really cool. So that was a Christmas shopping video. This was when, so this is when I started doing my freelance work, working for a company called Radar Video, and I was lucky enough to get a bunch of car showrooms up and down. Well, I say up and down the country. It was all up the country. The furthest one I went to was like Gateshead, which is from Derby. It's about 3.5 hours away or something. This was Ripon, which is still far as I remember. You'll notice a lot of my Christmas decorations in the background. I bought like 30 foot of different coloured tinsel and stuff. And I was just like, I need to use it up. Planted it everywhere in the house.
I hope this camera so you can slightly.
My old Yaris. That's a brilliant car, that was. This is an example of what I used to do.
The key to our success is I haven't got a clue why. A lot of staff could. Are you recording?
That was actually that guy. I went inside for like some batteries or something. This was outside when we did like some external shots, and the guy apparently just went up to the microphone, did like a little fart. I'm guessing with his hands or something. A little farting sign with his hands. So then practically the same thing in Chester. Then I decided to do like a little clickbait video just to see if I could get any attention from it, and I did a little video. My problem with YouTube was basically explaining what I hate about clickbait and that stuff like that. So then 2nd of January is when I started. 2nd of January was when I started at McCann Birmingham, and it was taking all the Christmas decorations down too. So then when I was working at McCann, I was given an FS7, which is a really cool camera. Basically, it's a really nice 4K camera, and I don't know if this actually. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did actually render. It took a long time to actually come onto YouTube as 4K. McCann was a really cool place to work at, to be fair. The only problem was it was a good 3-hour round trip per day getting to work and back. Obviously, living in Derby, travelling to Solihull, which is the south side of Birmingham, it was so difficult. So basically what I was doing was filming in Manchester the following day of when I filmed this. And it was for the world's biggest beanbag. They did like a marketing ploy sort of thing of making the world's biggest beanbag. So then it came to Valentine's Day, and Pashy's birthday came around, and he was going to go to the Derby game, which we'll come to later on, Derby County. I bought, have I skipped the GoPro video? Yeah, I have skipped it. Basically went and bought a GoPro, which is what I'm filming on right now, actually. I was looking down for it, then realised that's what I'm filming on. That makes no sense. And so I started to film my vlogs on my GoPro instead. Yeah, I started to really play about with the GoPro a lot. I liked it. It's so much more portable, and obviously the quality is a hell of a lot better than what my JVC is. So I decided to just start using this as my vlogging camera. I was actually quite surprised as well of the quality of what we got out of it. when we was in the stands. When the camera faced the pitch, it was actually really clear. Will Hughes, what a legend. I started trolling him on Twitter, asking him if I can go out and have an ice cream with him, and he never replied. We started to do... I tried to start doing like a Pash versus Dan sort of series, but he's never been into it properly. Like, we've not done one since the 16th of February when we filmed this. I love this belt, it's so shit.
Championship belt for our channel.
And Har's the current champion as of recording.
It's now time for Pash versus Dan.
We did a really crap arm wrestling contest. I completely smashed him.
So you gotta let me win. So my girlfriend's watching.
Champion! So we tried to do like a series of a Pash versus Dan sort of thing, but it never really happened. The next big thing, Shrovetide, what a day. That muddy field. That bloody muddy field. I love this intro.
What is it called? Ash Wednesday.
I genuinely could not get the name.
So here we are going to Shrovetide football in Ashbourne on Shrove Wednesday.
No.
Let's go to Shrovetide football today.
Don't know why, I was so I just could not get that in my head at all. So then, record league. Suit fitting in Norwich when we went to Norwich. That was such a class weekend. Pash started to swear to random people as we were leaving the station because he's really hard. And we had one person react, and that was that guy. He actually swore back. It's so funny. Product to be though. If you're realising as well why the Power Rangers music, it's because the Power Rangers film just came out, and I went into a massive Power Rangers marking mode, and I just couldn't start listening to this song. Such a geek. He was so pissed. To have to travel all the way to Norwich, he was not happy. We later travelled down via car for the actual wedding itself. Oh God, oh wee, there he is. Legend. And the drive down was probably worse than what the train is. Wrestling reference. Finally meeting up with Har. Got the suit fitting on. Har took us to some really like Norwich hipster bars. One's coming up in a minute. They were really cool. I liked them a lot. We had this inside joke for years and years, where we had such a twat. Oh, such a twat. We had this inside joke on Har for years and years. When Pash first moved in with Holly to the then flat, one of the guys that attended the house, he basically like he said to me, who's that guy, because he obviously didn't know, who's that guy in the house with the weird hair? I thought, weird hair? What are you on about? Oh, Hal.
A few moments ago. This is why I wore tapes around my neck. So cool. You get it.
He went round Derby. He went round nights out wearing a tape, like an actual cassette tape around his neck as like a little necklace. That genuinely was really cool.
Once I asked him for the list of people he wanted on his stag do, the lack of mage cleared that up for me.
Oh, this was... Don't get me wrong, loved the day. It was so good. It was such a cool day. The thing is that they made a mistake of like doing the speeches after food. I couldn't eat. Myself and Pash were like so so nervous about doing these speeches that actually neither of us ate. Neither of us ate our dinner, and we just felt so sick. I felt so sick. I felt awful. I can't really talk about Pash, but
with a wife that is smart, loving, and caring. And Kelly, you are lucky to be leaving here today with a new dress and some flowers.
just standard cliche best man jokes. They are the best. Bit of Angry Boys in there. Mine and Hal's joint favourite show. We always have a laugh at that. Ah, so good. Hal couldn't stop crying for the entire day. It's so funny. So we decided to do an inflatable 5k run. It wasn't meant for anything. It was just for fun. But I decided to do it for Cancer Research UK. I raised like a couple of £100 as far as I remember. However much it was. I raised a bit of money for Cancer Research UK as well at the same time of doing this. This is actually one of the reasons of why I bought the GoPro, because I wanted to basically film all this. Everyone will stand alone. If I was watching this right now, he'd be singing along too. This was genuinely hard. Like, when I was watching the videos, it was a lot of people laughing and smiling and just casually doing their own thing, jumping over the obstacles and stuff. Me and Hal wasn't running. Obviously, this makes it look like we were, but we weren't. We were just walking, having a quick jog every now and again. But oh my god, it knackered you out. I think it was just over halfway. One of the obstacles was like three hills sort of things of where you climbed up, slid down, climbed up, slid down, climbed up, slid down. And that one genuinely made me feel sick. Don't know why. All of these, but I'm obviously not the most healthiest person. But fuck me, this killed me. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees, I wanna take you there. But this was a class day, and I remember they gave you some energy drink, and it tasted like shit. It was disgusting. I took a sip and I chucked it. That actually made me feel sick. I think it was. I think I've gone past one of the. What's this one? I think. Yeah, it was this one. There was a group of girls that were doing a photo shoot here, and Hal was just like, "I'm not having this. I'm going straight through. Move." Why would you do that? Halfway through the obstacle, if you want to do that, be one of the last people within the wave, and so you're not taking people's time. Like, it's so annoying. But yeah, this is the one that made me feel sick. You climb 3 of these, and then you obviously slid down as well at the same time. And afterwards, I genuinely felt sick. It was horrible. I met Goldberg. Was it June? It was June. I met Goldberg and I interviewed him, and that was quality. That was so good. The Goodwood vlog, that was quite cool too.
So we just done
the guy I was with was a bit annoying.
more of a rundown of the day now. We're going to try and get
Him.
some interviews.
I don't know who he was. I'll never meet him again, and I'm happy to. He was apparently there to like, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea why he was meant to be there. He wasn't there to assist me or anything. He was just lagging me. That was a really cool day. I've never really gotten into motorsports before. I was sent down here from my work at that point, which I won't speak about either. They were the most unprofessional company that I've ever worked for before. And that was actually a day where I actually really enjoyed it. It was good fun. I've never really been into cars much, but that was really cool. I really enjoyed that day. The final vlog of what I've done within the year, I went to Donington Park. Pash got me a free ticket. Marshall's there, so he managed to get me a free ticket. Came along, and that was a really cool day too. I don't want to bore you too much. That was essentially the year in review. Obviously, I've got all these vlogs here. Like, I've missed the Blink 182 out, just because I've been recording for about an hour now, and I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, take a look over these. And I just want to say thanks to the 32 people that have actually subscribed to me. I didn't think it was just all for fun when I started this out. Just I'm a videographer for a living, so I'm lucky to be able to turn my hobby into a career. So when I started to do all these, it was just all good fun. So thanks again, thanks for subscribing and whatnot, and yeah, appreciate it. Cheers.